fact that we qualified, 36th of the 38 drivers on the field for this Xfinity Series race at Talladega. This should be a fun, as this, I don't know what to expect here. We're gonna use the steering wheel here. It's gonna be the first time ever on NASCAR Heat 4 in which I have used the steering wheel for a Superspeedway race. I ran practice, did all right, never really got in any sort of draft. Qualified obviously not very well, so single car speed we're not there, but of course being in the draft, anything can happen. So hopefully we stay out of trouble in this race. Of course we got the stage racing, so we're gonna, my idea here is to take my time and at the same time want to get stage points, especially after getting no stage points in the last race, even though we survived to finish 9th at Richmond last night. Green flag will be in the air here at Talladega. We are underway for this NASCAR Xfinity Series race. And here we go, 25 laps in stage number 1. That's not a lot at all, but just gotta look here to stay in line in this one. This is gonna be a tough race. Already on the opening lap, just trying to stay in line on the inside. You're not gonna really see us move out of line too much in this race, at least in the early going, until I really get a good feel for things.
Careful, still there. Hold your line, driver.
Gonna really be able to work the throttle in this race, of course.
Careful, still there.
Although you want to go full throttle as much as possible, and already 4 wide on the second lap of the race here. Got to hold on tight into the middle of turns 1 and 2.
Got one up top.
What a great pass here by Christopher Bell already. Greg Golding qualified on the pole for this one.
Still there.
So now we're 3 wide down the back straightaway. We will see a lot of 3 wide racing here in this one.
Still there.
With only 25 laps in the opening stage of the race, obviously everybody can make it on fuel all the way through stage 1, so we'll see how this is going to go. To the inside of John Hunter Nemechek, 3 wide again. Out of the inside of Kaz Gralla.
Careful, still there.
In the 21 car.
Still there. Still there.
Custer right now. Custer came into this race second in points. We came into this race obviously as the points leader. Big side draft there off the 0-0 of Custer. I believe he made contact with the driver above him, Justin Allgaier. That's how we were able to slip by and make that 3 wide pass look as easy as we did, even though we didn't have a very big run. So yeah, the only contact I made is bump drafting here, which obviously is going to happen at tracks like Daytona and Talladega. And now 4 wide down the back straightaway, just in front of us. That's going to get tight contact now between the 1 and the 0-1, as now we're 4 wide in the middle of turns 3 and 4, having to hold our line on the inside of the track.
Stay on the bottom. You got room, you're clear there.
Very great move here early as the track kind of opens up a little bit here towards the front of the pack right now. So we're already up to 3rd, despite starting 33rd in the race, to the inside of Brandon Jones now for 2nd. So we got up to 3rd place on lap 4. Just simply and truly amazing here. So already getting a good feel for things, and now that the track's a little more open, Ross Chastain, of course, had some Superspeedway success in this series as he won the July race at Daytona last season. And Jeffrey Earnhardt shown some great promise here in the Xfinity Series the last couple years at Talladega, and now we're going to kind of go to the top but block him off at the bottom. Trying to get us up out of our line there, but he couldn't quite do it. So 20 laps to go in stage 1 here to try and get that playoff point out in front. Very big gap here between the two race leaders of Chastain and Bell right now. To the back bumper of Ross Chastain. Big bump track now down the back straightaway here as we try to pull away from the field behind us. It's a little bit of a two-car breakaway, so to say. Doing a great job just holding our line here on the top side of the track. And out of the inside of Ross Chastain, not going to really side draft off of him at all though. 19 laps to go. Again, we're still pretty early in this race. Don't want to side draft too aggressively. At least till the end of the stage. I think it's key for us to try to leave a decent sized gap right there, but now to the bottom again into turns 3 and 4. This time we got a little bit bigger of a run on Ross Chastain as we tried to hold it on the bottom. And we're going to come up the racetrack here to block Ross Chastain. And so at the line, despite it being 3 wide back in the pack behind us, Christopher Bell will lead his first lap of the race. We hit lap number 8 now in this one. And try to make them pass us around the outside. We're gonna attempt not to give up the bottom line as much as possible here in this one. Oh, here comes the 9 now of Noah Gragson. Here he comes. Big move now by the 0-1. Seemingly all over the place. It's good practice for later in the race, I guess, though, with the blocking right now. We don't want to cut it too close, but these guys are getting... Here we go again. Stephen Light towards the top, back down to the bottom. It's Jeremy Clements.
Car high, careful. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Everybody goes now into turns 3 and 4. Great intense 3-wide battle. Why is the racing so intense this early in a 300-mile race here in the Xfinity Series? Well, it's simply because there are stage points on the line. And all those drivers that are on the bubble right now as they go 4 wide per second now behind us with 16 to go in the stage. But I don't think we're going to be able to block all 4 lines here. There's the pole sitter, Drake Gaulding, in that 3rd line up on the top of the track. This is amazing. And I can see there being a very big wreck here coming up in the next couple laps. Brandon Jones pushing the back bumper of Stephen Light. They're no longer 4 wide, they're now 3 wide going into turns 3 and 4. And looking up towards the top side of the track here is Stephen Light. A big block at the last second though, and that's going to give up the bottom. Here comes Jeremy Clements to the bottom of the racetrack for the race lead. And this is going to get very tight very quickly. 4 wide now for 3rd. Got to hold our line. Slight contact now from Brandon Jones. Very tight on the racetrack. My goodness. More contact now with Stephen Light. He just made it through. I was so scared. I was really trying to hold that wheel as steady as possible, and we're not done yet here, right in the middle of this pack. And Tommy Barcella just in front of us here, just trying to get somewhere to go, and now Bell back down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Car high, careful there.
Oh my goodness, that's hard just to keep it with the controller where we were at here with the steering wheel. Nevertheless, that was even crazier. Luckily, we didn't make any more contact than we did. If all three of us would have touched each other at the same time, it would have been probably game over. Zane Smith will now lead his first lap of the race so far here this afternoon. And we got Christopher Bell out in second place here. We'll try to build another big gap here between the top two and the rest of the field as we give Zane Smith a huge bump draft down the back straightaway now and into turns 3 and 4. Back down to the bottom of the track though for the time being, but Zane Smith's going to be there to block. Can't wait till the end of stage 1, man. Adrenaline already pumping. 13 laps to go in stage 1. Cross flags for the first stage will be in the air when we get back to the start-finish line again. I'm gonna catch my breath right now. I mean, this is insane. Looks like one driver has lost the draft. I don't think he's slow on the racetrack though, so hopefully he can stay on the lead lap. Here, even in the Xfinity Series, we've been running speeds of upwards of almost 200 miles an hour. Right behind Zane Smith. 12 laps to go here in stage number 1. We got Justin Haley now just behind us. Racetrack. He's got to gain in a little bit of ground here. We got 3 cars all on the top side of the track, and now we go to the middle here on Zane Smith. 3 wide down the back straightaway for the race lead, and now we're going to duck in line here. In second on the outside, and we still got Brandon Brown. Zane Smith down to block the bottom now with Brandon Brown, and now we are the first driver in line on the top. And we're not really getting a lot of help, at least right now.
Careful, still there.
Big move there to get back down to the bottom in front of Chad Finch in the 42.
Still there.
Big side draft there up to 21 of Gralla. Brandon Brown in the race lead here, former sprint car driver in the World of Outlaws years ago, but he is showing promise here in the Xfinity Series today. Had a top 10 run in the last race at Richmond, and now here we try to go to the outside for the race lead. Big side draft off the right rear corner panel, and I believe we might have help here to get to the front. Brown leads the lap at the line, 10 laps to go now in stage 1. Push from behind here from Gralla. Got more help on the top side of the track is what it looks like right now as we try to get away from Brown, so he doesn't try to side draft off of us. And now down the back straightaway, will we have the edge? Again, Gralla with a push from behind. And a big push at that. Can we clear Brown going into stage 1, or into turn 3, excuse me. No, we cannot, and still we're on the outside. And we're going to fall in line right in between Morgan Shepherd and Jeremy Clements in third. The single file freight train line on the inside of the track is going to keep going here. And now Morgan Shepherd might be looking down for the race lead. Not quite. Not gonna lie here, I'm surprised at how comfortable I'm feeling in this race, despite pretty much running single car runs in practice and obviously qualifying. First time I've really been in a draft here at Talladega. I'm really exceeding my expectations in this first stage. competing for a stage win here as we pass Shepard for second once again. Now can we get a big run on Brandon Brown for the race lead? Probably going to have to pass him on the inside of the racetrack. I just don't see us past him around the top. 8 laps to go now in the stage. Down the back straightaway, we've got a little more help here. Big side draft now off the 86 of Brown. Down to the bottom of the track, side by side, into turns 3 and 4. We've got Morgan Shepherd behind us, giving us a buck draft now, as we easily clear Brown, who falls in line in third right behind Shepherd. Shepherd gets us way out in front now. He's probably going to try to build some sort of a run. Bell's going to be back in the lead now for the second time of the day. 7 laps to go in stage 1. It's going to be a very big stage victory as far as points are considered in the regular season standings here for Christopher Bell. The playoff point obviously going to help as well, because we do have 4 drivers currently locked into, or sorry, 5 drivers locked into the playoffs on wins. And we have 4 wins through the first 8 races. But here comes that run on the top side of the track again. Brandon Brown leading the pack, but now Chase Briscoe gonna pick up the middle, as Briscoe makes it 3 wide for second now. And a big block here to the top side of the racetrack, quickly back down to the bottom to block off Shepherd. 6 laps to go now in stage 1. We don't want to lose the lead because we might not get it back with this few laps left in the stage. Brown again fighting hard on the top. Does he have enough help from behind? Not yet, at least. On the back straightaway again, here we go. Into turns 3 and 4. Really driving out of the rearview mirror quite a bit here in this race. Almost impossible to block off all 3 lines at once, but we're doing a good job here so far. We do give up the lead. We definitely don't want to give it up on the bottom like we did last time when we gave up the lead. 5 to go now in stage 1. Remember, we were 4 wide. It's a very, very risky moment, especially as early in the race as it was. Looks like everybody's going to stay on the track and on the lead lap to the end of the stage if we stay green. That's a big if here, the way we've been racing from the drop of the green flag. 4 wide. Almost too many times to count already, just a handful, but this early in the race I was not expecting this. In this 117 lap, 300-mile race here. Talladega Superspeedway. Largest oval track in the Xfinity Series. Biggest track in the Cup Series they race on. So we're down to about 3.5 laps now in stage 1 to go. We get back to the start-finish line again, then if a caution comes out, it'll be the end of stage 1, because we will not have enough laps left to go back green for the stage. So another reason why we don't want to lose the lead now. We've done a great job so far. And look up the middle again. Here comes Ross Chastain. He wants to lead back again in this one. 3 laps to go. 4 wide now for second behind. Here comes Jeffrey Earnhardt all the way on the top side of the track here near the wall. He doesn't have a lot of help though. He's starting to fade back. It looks like there's some contact between Chastain and Brandon Jones. Morgan Shepherd slips by on the inside. And Shepherd's now up to second here just behind us. Things are getting a little bit more calm though. Not so much in the middle of the pack, but towards the front. for about this half of the lap here. It's once again nearing the end of stage 1. Do we have a shot to win the opening stage of the race? Big block to the outside now. 3 wide in the middle, down for second. Again, we've got the steering wheel in this one. And it has been a handful so far. 2 to go at the line. Here comes Custer. We couldn't go up the track to block him in time, but his run is going to fade back just enough here by the time we enter turns 1 and 2. Tommy Joe Martin's in the 99 now, right behind us. We got 4 wide battle now through the middle of the pack. Racing up towards the lead. This could be an epic finish here to stage 1. It's shaping up to be a good one. Christopher Bell looking for yet another stage win on the season here. Currently, we're just having to block that inside line on Tommy Joe Martin's, but I'm sure he is going to try something because the white flag will be in the air. 1 lap to go in stage 1. Somehow, we have stayed caution-free so far in the race. Will the outside line prevail down the back straightaway? They got a couple lines forming there. There's the middle and the top lane right now. But we're doing a very good job out in front. It doesn't look like Tommy Joe Martins is going to get a big enough of a run on a trial. Checker will be in the air here for stage 1. Christopher Bell will get the stage 1 victory. Pretty finish, despite the fact that we had pretty much the first 23 and a half laps of just epic super speedway racing. And at the stage break here, it looks like we're going to take 4 fresh tires. 3/4 of a tank of fuel will be enough to fill it up to the end. We get the rest we oh so deserve. We had a handful in that one. We get a time to catch our breath here at this point. So we won the race off pit road. We will control the restart this time from the lead on the inside line. So here we go, green flag back in the air here at Talladega. Went through stage 1 caution free. Can we do the same here in stage number 2? Quickly up to the top to block off Tommy Joe Martin. Right out of the gate, and already 3 lines trying to form up on the restart into 1 and 2. We saw aggressive racing all throughout stage 1, and I'm sure you will see that for the majority of the race, at least until we get a caution. And if not a caution, at least a pin before the guys start to settle down here before my opinion. But only 22 laps of green flag racing here at stage 2. It's shorter than stage 1, even though both stages come to 25 laps in length. This race is flying by already with not only the quick pace, with there not being a caution so far, but it's all simply because all the action involved. You're racing with the steering wheel, it's making it seem like it's flying by a lot more as well. Here comes the outside now. Vic had a very huge run, didn't have enough time to block it. So we're side by side here. Turns 1 and 2, and now still side by side down the back straightaway, and now a little help from behind from Justin Haley of Colleague Racing. Went up the track just a little bit into the entrance of the corners, trying to get whatever side draft the 78 car that we can. Now he's going to fight right back here. Another big push here from Haley, but he's going to give the pushing now. At the line, who will lead the lap? It is going to be the 78 of Vinnie Miller.
Got it going high now.
We have been side by side for about a lap and a half now for the race lead. Haley right behind us.
Still there.
And now a big push.
All right, you're clear there.
We're going to take the lead right back now. This will be our third different time we have led already in this one here as we're in stage number 2. Out of the green flag completed laps at the stage, we have led all but one so far. It's for laps in general as well, because won the race off pit road there during the stage break. Freight train on the inside line once again here. We ride along now with the in-car cam for the first time here this afternoon. Just trying to keep the wheel oh so steady here. Don't want to make a mistake, of course. Definitely got a fast car in the draft, despite not really having big single car speed, and now making a move to the top goes Haley. He had help from behind of Ross Chastain, but just to duck back down to the bottom once again in turns 1 and 2. Second and third lines there, not really getting a big run so far in stage 2. We'll see if that'll continue. But instead we get a caution. So caution is out for the first time with 81 laps to go in this race. So we actually went over 30 laps of the race without a yellow to start. Not bad by Talladega standards whatsoever. We'll advance to the restart. We will have 77 laps to go when we go green.
Coming to the green, driver.
And so here we go. Green flag in the air here at Talladega. Trying to get another good jump on the restart here as we have 14 laps to go now in stage number 2. We got the win in stage 1. Can we do the same here in this one? Quickly, Justin Haley, who restarted second, falling back on the outside line as he did not take off as well. We kind of got a big jump out in front of the field here as Ross Chastain's now going to pulls into our back bumper on the inside. Brandon Jones now leads the top line across as quickly Haley is falling outside of the top 5 and is likely still falling back through the middle of the field. Back to the in-car cam now with 13 laps to go in stage number 1. Surprisingly led a lot of laps here in this one spurt, despite starting towards the back half of the field in 33rd. He is definitely coming now as we enter into turns 3 and 4 as we get back up to speed. Well, we've been up to speed rather. Nice big block there, but got to come back down the track here to make sure Chastain doesn't get back in front of us. And now here comes Jones on the top. Side by side for the lead here through the tri-oval. Chastain now going to give us a push. Just a great push from behind by Chastain to keep our car out in front.
Got a car high now. Clear high, bud.
And we've really done a great job protecting the bottom, and I think that's why we're staying out of trouble. There was really only one time where we were in trouble not being on the bottom of the track. We were 4 wide running for about 3rd place. We were stuck in the 3rd lane on the outside. Somehow we were able to hold our line, not bring out the yellow. Not entirely sure why we had the first caution in the race here moments ago. Definitely wasn't the big one. As currently no drivers have DNF'd, everybody's still on the lead lap that started this race of all 38 cars in the field. Here comes the 36, Josh Williams closing in on the top side of the racetrack, and here he comes. We can't block him as we make sure we stay down on the bottom of the track. And maybe Chastain will give us another push again, but here comes Williams in that 36 car, and now here comes the push from the 4 of Chastain from behind. Who will lead the lap this time at the line? Not sure entirely who it was. I think we got it by a couple of inches. It's hard to tell. I'm racing with the steering wheel here. We can't use the side view or like the rear view with the look back cam. And now, Chastain hangs us out to dry as we're on the inside of the track still as they go 3 wide to the top side of us, and we're going to lose a lot of spots. How quickly that happened, and what a move by Ross Chastain. We now close right back to the rear bumper of the 1 car of Michael Annett, who dominated and won that race at Richmond last night. Gotta make sure we don't pass below the double yellow line. It was close. So we are currently 3 wide for 3rd on the bottom. We didn't lose as many spots as I thought we were going to, and just at the span of about a lap, we were able to get right back up to 2nd. Can't quite clear the 36 car still. At least for right now. Chastain currently out in front of the field as we are back up to 2nd now and clear of the 2nd place driver. As we give a bump going into the corner there to Ross Chastain. A little bit of a bump draft right now. We stay locked on. Looking to the inside, not going to get there yet. And Chastain will now go back down to the bottom and protect into turns 1 and 2. Oh man, Ross has to be careful blocking like that or he's going to turn himself in front of the entire field. I really don't want to have to get out of the gas. Trying really hard here to create space and or get around him. Especially because we don't have too many laps left in stage 2. Still got enough time to get around him, but... Oh, now he goes to the top as we looked like we were going to go up there. That gives up the bottom. And we're side by side for the lead, and Chastain does not have a lot of help, if any, at all on the top side of the track. We're going to clear him for the race lead, and here comes Mike Harmon now to help from behind us. Chastain still fighting back. Track for me. Ross is still there as well. Can we leave the lap back at the line again? If we do, it'll be the 5th time we have led in this race. And we will for sure do that here. 6 laps to go now in stage number 1. Sorry, stage 2. All been racing hard here since the drop of the green flag at the very start of the race. It would be crazy if we don't get the big one here in this race. Still got a decent ways to go though. who can survive the beast that is Talladega Superspeedway. 5 laps to go now in stage number 2. Can we sweep the stages? It would be a good points day if we can. Chastain kind of building up a little bit more momentum on the top. Again, making sure Harmon doesn't get around us on the bottom, at least right now. But here it comes, Chastain into turns 3 and 4. We're just going to have enough to stick the right rear corner panel up the track just a little bit to block him off at the last second. And now a caution will come out with 68 to go. And that is going to bunch the field back up again here. And so here we go. We are going to set up an epic finish now in stage number 2. So at least the leaders for sure will to the pits. I'm sure some drivers at the rear of the field will try to take the track position at the end of the stage. For who will win stage number 2? Green flag back in the air once again as here we go. White flag in the air, just a one-lap shootout to decide the winner of the stage. We get the advantage here into turns 1 and 2. Now we really got to do a great job of blocking. Josh Williams now closes into the back bumper. He is right there. Will the outside try to make a move down the back straightaway? Still protecting the bottom. Not a big run by the top yet, at least. John Hunter is leading that lane up against the wall right now. He is still up there, not a lot of help though, as it's a single file freight train line on the inside again to the end of this stage. And now here comes the outside, but it's too little too late to win the stage as we are pulling away to the start-finish line. Christopher Bell will win stage 2 here at Talladega. And he will sweep the stages here today. So we're going to make sure we pit this time. 4 fresh tires once again here in this one. And BJ McLeod will actually stay out of the pits. He was probably a driver at the rear of the field at the end of stage 2 who pitted under the caution to get the track position. So a good move by him knowing he wasn't going to get stage points. And here we go now. Green flag in the air in stage 2 as we really try to side draft off of him now. Trying to get a huge advantage, but we still cannot beat him into turn 1. And the outside line is fading back behind us. We don't have a lot of help. Josh Jackson really pushed that 15 car out in front. We're in line here behind Jackson. Well, backmarker drivers having a good run here in the Xfinity Series right now. Well, McLeod leaves the door open on the inside. We're going to push Jackson to the lead here at Talladega. But now here comes the inside. Slight contact now from behind. We got a big push. I think it was accidental. I think Williams is going to try to thread the needle. And we're still going to lead the first lap off the restart. And we almost had a big wreck here for the first time today. I saw him coming late. I didn't think I was going to get down in time, but I still committed. And luckily I was able to get the lead because of it. So plenty of time yet to go in this one, 50 plus laps in the race. And we are pit stop away from the finish yet. Tires will not wear out at all here for the most part, so it is strictly a factor of fuel. We will take 4 fresh tires when we come onto pit road the next time, but we will not run out of the set of tires for sure. We've only pitted for 2 sets. We left that Richmond race with 2 sets yet left in the garage, and now we gave up the bottom as here comes Williams. Push from behind from Timmy Hill. And we're going to fall in line in 3rd. Back down to the bottom of the track again. Gave up the bottom. Oh, contact there with Hill. Luckily it was square on the back bumper and he's able to stay in shape.
Careful, slow down.
57 to go here at Talladega.
Stay low.
Trying not to go on the 3-race losing streak here. We would if we do not win this race, despite the fact that we have finished in the top 10 the last 2 races.
Still there?
Big side draft there as we finished 3rd at Bristol and 9th in the last race at Richmond, both within the last 2 days. So we didn't really have a lot of help. We really made that pass on Williams pretty much by ourselves there down the back straightaway. So again, showing the speed in the car here, we probably have faster single car speed in this race than what we did in qualifying and practice put together. Harmon now looks to the top side for the race lead, but all that's going to do is give Ryan Seaton the bottom. Try and get around us. Sieg had a top 10 finish in the last race at Richmond as well. We've had 2 cautions in this race so far today. None in stage 1. Both of them were actually in stage 2. And in the early going in stage 3, we have not had a caution yet either. Still 55 laps to go. And still, all 38 drivers that started this race are not only still on the racetrack, but they're all on the lead lap as well. Every one of us still had a shot to win it. We're on the lead pack as well. So that's going to help everybody else's chances of possibly winning this race. It's the first and only time all season, regular season and playoffs included, that the Xfinity Series will be racing here at Talladega. So this will be the final race at Talladega on NASCAR Heat 4 with the Xfinity cars. And now on the bottom of the track, oh, just able to block there on Stephen Light. Here comes Ryan Sieg on the top. He's got help from Mike Harmon, who is giving him a big push on the outside. We're going to get a big push here from Stephen Light from behind the Daytona winner. We get a little bit of a side draft as well there off of the car to the outside of us, who is still there. At least for right now, and at the line, it looked like Ryan Sieg barely led the lap. Can we clear? Yes, we do. So we are clear of the race lead once again, at least for now. It's a pretty clean race so far, and now here comes Sieg. Oh, not going to be able to block him off, and again, here he comes. He got a big side draft off our right rear corner panel, and at the line, Ryan Sieg will barely lead the lap. And lead now for the second time here today at Talladega. We are still there, really trying to side draft off of it. Racing them clean, racing them as hard as we can at the same time.
Careful, still there.
Push down the back straightaway now from Stephen Light. Again, he won the race at Daytona, looking for his second win of the season now in the first two races on Superspeedway racetracks.
All right, you're clear then.
Had some teammates up towards the front of the field as well. Unfortunately for his sake, though, they have not been up in the front when he has been up in the front. Especially like right now. Look at Timmy Hill working his way to the inside, and Timmy Hill's now up to second in the 66. Here comes Light on the outside. Block off that move, and Hill now going way down to the bottom towards that double yellow line. Really watching that rearview mirror quite a bit. It's up on the upper right-hand corner of your screen when we're in the in-car cam. And on any other camera, it is on the very top of the screen as we are now way out in front. Huge commotion now back through the pack, slowing a lot of guys down, and now they're going to have a very, very big run on us here coming back to the line as here comes Gregson now. Or sorry, Zane Smith rather. Smith up the second, big block down to the bottom of the track. Got a little loose in the process, and that allows Ryan Sieg to capitalize on the top.
Still there.
Zane Smith making some huge moves here. Sieg able to clear us at least right now. Will he get to the bottom of the track to block us off? Yes, he does. He barely gets in front of us. We're going to give him a push here in the middle of the corner now. They all kind of wash up the racetrack, really trying to get back around Ryan Sieg. Will he lead the line here again? So we kind of move towards the top of the track now. Got out of the gas just a little bit, making sure we can get on the inside here and block off any runs coming from behind. As well, building a gap here in between us and Sieg once again. And now off of turn two, another big run. Down to the inside, trying to make it to the lead once again.
Stay on the bottom here.
Comes Justin Allgaier now. Will he know? He's going to attempt to. Big push. Yeah, we just get a little loose when we get that push, so you just got to know when it's coming so you can keep control of the car. Back to the lead again here for Christopher Bell. 48 laps to go.
Caution.
And the caution will fly for the third time here this afternoon. So we can't make it on field to the end if we are to pit right now, so we're just going to stay out of the pits, keep the track position. And it looks like Michael Annette will be the only driver to hit pit road here in this one. So we get another big break. And we will have 45 laps to go in this race when we go green.
Coming to the green, driver.
Justin Allgaier will lead the top side of the racetrack to the green flag as we lead the bottom. Green flag in the air here for Christopher Bell. So far, every restart in this race, whether it has been at the end of the stage or just in general, after a caution, we have been able to restart on the front row. Once in second, every other time we've restarted in the lead. And now to the top, here comes Sieg, another big block. Luckily we're just getting up to speed right now, so somewhat easier to make, if you really consider that easy. Only one driver is DNF'd in this race now. Not sure exactly who it is. And now it's Noah Gregson. He's made some aggressive maneuvers towards the front. A couple of the junior motorsport drivers have. Both him and Zane Smith have made some really, really aggressive maneuvers in this race. As are we, trying to block and hold on to the lead. Garrett Smithley, Noah Gregson now. It's leading some lines here behind us. We're on the in-car cam once again here in this one. Final time we will race in the in-car cam here today for this race. Ray Black Jr. now up to second. Smithley leading the top side of the racetrack right now. Well, the middle lane rather is another driver on the outside, and now we're in the in-car cam here still. Elliott Sadler's going to try to push a driver to the lead. We got very, very tight there off of turn 2 randomly. Able to keep it off the wall. Now we're really in trouble here. 3 wide stuck in the middle with no help. Really trying to hold our line now. Again, with the in-car cam, a little push from behind. Look at us try to fight right back up the middle once again. Another moment where we kind of have to hold our breath. Still think we're stuck in the middle. Yeah, we are. We don't really have any help right now.
Hold your line there.
Trying to build a run on our own. Austin Cindric now just in front of us. We're going to try to push him up the middle. Now we go to the top side of the track.
Looking inside now.
Matt Mills is going to open it up on the bottom here. Big side draft there off of Cindric. Man, oh man, this is some dicey racing going on right now towards the lead pack. Finally able to find room to the bottom.
Stay low. You got room, you're clear there.
Cannot tell who is on the inside or outside of you here.
Careful, settle there. Down to the bottom.
Get to the start-finish line. We will not use the in-car cam anymore in this race, but it's definitely a wild perspective there. And now a push from behind from Matt Mills. And at the line, Greg Gaulding barely led the lap. He was the pole sitter in this race, and he is leading with 40 laps to go here at Talladega. And he is still side by side for the lead down the back straightaway.
Outside.
Try to stay right on his left rear corner panel here. Sucking the air off of his car. Big side draft coming, and now Mills going to give us another push.
Stay on the bottom.
And finally able to clear Gaulding. 39 laps to go. Back out in front again is Christopher Bell, 7th time here today.
Car there on the inside.
Justin Allgaier trying to lead the bottom now. Even in front of this pack, we are currently running at 197 miles an hour. Big move there, Gray Golding. Getting a push now on the top here. He's got Michael Annette to follow. Golding leads the lap at the line. And now a push here from behind from Allgaier, but it's too little too late because Gray Golding's able to get to the bottom of the track. Right in front of us. Off over down the back straightaway though. Cannot give up. We're just shaking the car. Trying to figure out which way we're going to go. We're just going to stay to the back bumper for now on Golding. At least into the corner. Now in the middle of the corner, we dive off. Big run now, side by side. We're about to enter through the tri-oval. And Bell again will lead the lap at the line. 8th different lead in the race here. Up the track now to block off Golding. Golding couldn't keep going up the track or he would have been blocked into the wall, so he gets out of the gas and lets us go. Because it is just too early in the race for him to really be blocking any more what he had to. So again here at the line, Christopher Bell is going to lead another lap. No longer going to race with the hood cam for the rest of the race now. 36 laps to go. We are on the front bumper cam. 3 wide now for second behind us is Justin Allgaier going to squeeze to the bottom of the track. There was just enough room off that double yellow line to make the move underneath both Mike Harmon and Greg Golding. Jeff Green came to follow as well. Golding not giving up though on the top side of the track. Again, he is showing great speed, but now as well Mike Harmon up through the middle. At the line, we will have 35 laps to go here at Dega. One of the better Xfinity races so far on the season here. Hopefully it will continue all the way to the finish. Again, only one driver out of the race currently. We've stayed out of trouble in this one. In fact, mostly everybody has. With the 3 caution, all single car incidents, no big one, at least not yet. Especially for the Xfinity Series, that could be amazing. We somehow go well, not caution free, but big one free, I guess.
Got one outside now.
And here comes Gralla. 4 wide now for second behind. And look at Jeff Green trying to come up the bottom. Justin Haley in that 3rd line. Look at everybody go. Green down to the outside in the 93 car looking for the lead. He's not going to get it, at least not yet. And now Briscoe down to the bottom. Oh, contact between Briscoe and Green. Jones now to the bottom of the racetrack. And Brandon Jones take the lead. My goodness. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one as much as I have so far.
Got one up top. You got room. You're clear.
If so, hit that like button. 33 laps to go now. And hit the subscribe button as well for more NASCAR Heat 4 and other related NASCAR content. We got a prediction video coming up later today for the both the dual races at Daytona. Brandon Jones chased Briscoe here, still side by side for second. Briscoe getting a push from behind from Justin Haley, who has periodically been up towards the front of the field. He's led a lap or two in this race as well. Briscoe has not led that I can remember in this race. Of course, not over yet. Three lines are definitely formed. Noah Gregson, he might try to make a move here. Up through the middle. Gregson down to the top. We couldn't block him off. 32 to go. And here we go, side by side for the lead now. And now a push here from behind from Brandon Jones. Big side draft off of each other there as they're four wide up through the middle of the field. Oh, slight contact now with Noah Gregson as we kind of got sucked up there. And here we go again, still four wide back there. And can Gregson now lead at the line? And this could be dangerous for us because there are three Junior Motorsport drivers all in the top 10, and two of them are running first and second. And now Allgaier trying to go down for the race lead. With 31 to go at the line, I think Gregson led the lap. Junior Motorsport side by side for the lead here. With Allgaier out in front. We do have pit stops coming up still in this race. Everybody has to pit as we are 9 laps away at the most from pitting because that's all we've got left in the tank. Got another 8 to 9 laps of fuel. So now with Allgaier out in front. Down to the bottom for the lead again goes Bell. Common theme in this race is Christopher Bell running up towards the front. Very rarely we've been outside the top 10. Pretty much we haven't been since the start. Welcome here as you are in store for a wild finish here at Talladega. Allgaier led that lap, another lead change at the line, 30 laps to go. Oh, big tight moment there, almost came in the middle of the corner from Brandon Jones. And that definitely scared me. That made my heart race a little bit. I did not think we were going to make it through that. I thought when I went up the track for sure we were going to get in the big one. But somehow we are able to gain all that momentum back and retake the lead away from Jones as he has no help on the top. I don't know why they separated up there. And now Elliott Sadler is up to second. Jeffrey Earnhardt. Can an Earnhardt, win at Talladega here? That would be huge as well. We have another lead change and a caution has just flown now for the 4th time here today. So here we go at this point now. We will pit, obviously. And we are going to lose some track position as well in the process. So here we go. Green flag back in the air here at Talladega as we restart just outside the top 10. 26 laps to go. And already we're taking it 3 wide up the middle on the restart. Again, with the steering wheel here, this is very dicey. Oh man, it looked like a car went up the block. I believe that was Josh Williams. This is going to get very tight. Just got to hold our line. Oh no, Cindric gets into the side of us. So we almost lose control down the back straightaway. And he must have thought he was clear, but he definitely was not. Oh my goodness, I don't think we're going to be able to make it to the finish now. So we have a little bit more contact with Cindric. Here we go, right up the middle again. We have not had a big one yet in this race. We might get one soon. We're trying out, we're trying to make it though. Can we do it? 25 laps to go here at Talladega.
Hold that line, driver.
Down to the bottom of the track. Christopher Bell
Careful.
finally able to get there. Not sure exactly who the race leader is right now. No, it's not Ryan Sieg. I'm not sure who's out in front, but hopefully we'll find out soon. A lot of cars on the inside compared to what's on the middle and top lines of the racetrack. Did not think we were going to get through that restart, that is for sure. But nevertheless we did, and now we go to the inside of Briscoe. Here's we're 3 wide still through the tri-oval. But in our most comfortable zone here, down on the bottom of the track next to the double yellow line. Timmy Hill trying to pull off the upset win here in the Talladega. He has not won in any of the top 3 preliminary series in NASCAR. As we try to help Brandon Jones get to the front. Nope, he didn't go down to the bottom with us. It seems like he wants to try and stay and run the top. However, we can get around Timmy Hill. We will attempt to do it. Looking on the outside here, just not getting enough of a run, so I'm going to go down to the bottom. As Brandon Jones kind of hung out to dry, at least for now, but he is hanging in strong there. And Timmy Hill going to lead another lap. We are up to second once again here at Dega with 23 laps to go. Now down to the bottom, looking for the race lead.
Careful, still there. Careful, still there.
Wow.
Stay low, stay low.
And this pack just all bunching together here as we still try to get around Timmy Hill. It's a great view out of the rear view mirror, especially if you're a fan of NASCAR and Superspeedway racing here up the track. Just going to be able to block off Hill. He did give us a little bit of space by getting out of the gas and letting us go. He's like, it's too big of a risk. We still have 22 to go. Christopher Bell make it to the end. Hill trying to get the run on the top again. Elliott Sadler, who has not fared well at Daytona and Talladega, not only in the Xfinity portion of his career, but just in general in his career of all 3 series. Despite the fact he has won at Talladega once before. He's had some terrible crashes in the Cup Series here in the past, 2 of them to be exact. Can he win in this race? Anybody's got a shot here at this point. 21 to go. Look at him go 4 wide now. Look at Briscoe making the move on the top. Hopefully trying not to get sandwiched. John Jackson as well on the bottom of the racetrack is right there. Jackson looking back down towards the bottom. Chase Briscoe is coming. Garrett Smithley up towards the front once again. A lot of possibilities for an upset winner in this one. Smithley is one of them. And that 0 card. One of the Flex Seal teams up towards the front. 20 to go now here at Talladega. In this wild card race, as far as the points are considered, with playoff implications on the line for anybody who can win this race that hasn't already won this year. Again, 5 different winners so far on the season through the first 8 races. We've won 4 races. We're leading the regular season point standings. We won the first 2 stages of this race, trying to end a short little winless streak of a few races. And here comes Smithley on the top. We are not going to be able to block him off. He had such a big run, and he doesn't even really have anybody too close behind him. At the line, he's going to lead the lap here as Vinnie Miller pushes us on the bottom of the track. He is unsponsored yet trying to go for the win here at Talladega with not a lot of funding in that race team. And he pushes Christopher Bell back out in front once again. And now falls 3 wide down in the middle of the racetrack. He did give us quite a big push here to allow the drivers behind us to close the gap once again. But nobody was able to capitalize going into turn 3 that time. Really just driving out of this rear view as much as possible. Back up. The car that is first in line on the inside behind Sadler. He was looking to make it 4 wide through the tri-oval. Tightest part of the racetrack. It's going into the tri-oval and going into turn 3. That's where the majority of wrecks seem to happen on these super. Oh man, a little bit of a tight moment again there. I thought the tires are really worn out, and even if they are, it doesn't mean too much. Daytona and Talladega. Just trying to hold on. Feels like we have less laps left than what we do. There's still 17 to go. So I really want to get to the end of this one as much as quickly as possible. Here we go. We got 4 cautions so far today, and we still might have another one. Who knows? The 2 drivers have DNF'd, and 1 driver's lost the pack, so still 35 cars in the lead pack right now in this field that have a shot to win the race. I mean, 35th and still get the win here, even if we stay green to the finish. Still enough to get back to the front. Remember, we started 33rd and took the lead by lap number 7. So it is not impossible. Gotta be in the right place at the right time, making your moves here through the middle of the field. We ran Daytona, remember, did not win that. In the 01 car. So we're trying to get our first Superspeedway win of the year, as well as win for 5 on the season. There goes Vinnie Miller, had to block him to the top. Now big run down on the bottom. Didn't think we were going to be able to block Clements off. And what a pass by Stephen Light. His promise from the Super Speedways this season, a 4-wide pack, at least become second driver in line on the inside. He took advantage to the inside of Clements there. He got it done, and Everett's looking for the race lead, but he's going to get blocked off, as well as Sadler and Miller. Miller, contact now between the 2 race leaders. We're stuck in the middle. Here comes Light on the bottom. He's got a chance. He's got more speed in his car than in Miller after making contact. 3 wide stuck in the middle right now. Miller drops down just in front of us here. And now back in front of Sadler. Clements shuffled into the middle line. And back down to the bottom here on behind BJ McLeod.
Stay low, stay low.
Here and the 2 Flex Seal teammates out in front of the field. That could be game over if they work together to the end. Shell's going to get underneath the 15 of McLeod though. Can we build up enough speed, to get around these guys? We're going to for sure get up to second. Looking to the inside of Light. He's got Jeremy Clement behind him now. We've separated the 2 Flex Seal teammates, and at the line, we're barely going to lead that out. 13 to go.
Stay on the bottom.
Miller's giving us some great pushes here throughout the course of this race. And another one included as he kind of washes us up the racetrack a bit, but luckily we're able to keep the speed going here. We are all over the place, just trying to block off every line possible. So you never know at this point in the race if you lose the lead, if you're going to be able to still hold on and win. Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to become yet another Earnhardt to win at Talladega. And it would be here in the Xfinity Series today. Driving the number 18 car. Kyle Busch Motorsports. 12 to go. Very tough to block 3 lines at once. Almost impossible. So we just got to hope for the best here from here on out. We've had 4 to block at times too, and that has been seemingly impossible. It's like we lose the lead every time we get to that point in the run.
Got a car coming inside now. Clear a little bit.
And Bell get the W. 11 to go. To tell who is all in the top 10. We know Noah Gregson's up towards the front. He's back in the top 5 again. He has made some very, very risky efforts to try and take the race lead. A couple have worked and a couple have not, but luckily we haven't gotten in a big wreck because of it. So you know, if he can get up to second and get a big enough of a run, he is definitely going to take it. And now he's opening up the middle line here as he got in between Miller and whoever was on the inside of him, I believe Brandon Brown. Earnhardt now into second all by himself. And a big gap now separating the second and third place driver behind us. 10 laps to go here at Talladega. Now that packet, a big run there on the back bumper of Earnhardt, and luckily for us, we at least had Earnhardt in between us and the rest of the pack. So they're getting the run on Jeffrey, but we're kind of holding our own here. Vinny Miller getting the run on the top side of the track once again as we go up the block down the back straightaway, but a push from behind, and top, Miller falling through the middle. Here comes Stephen Light now leading that third line on the outside. Edge of your seat moment here at Talladega, 9 laps to go. Probably the best Xfinity race we have had all season, and one of the cleaner ones at that. All for the win and a shot at the playoffs for a lot of these drivers that are not only in the top 5 but in the top 10. And here comes Earnhardt on the top, and we can't block him. He makes that second move, goes all the way up towards the wall, and there goes Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Stay low, stay low.
And again, we've got Vinny Miller, or sorry, not Miller, it's Brandon Brown rather. Brown is going to push us from behind as we're side by side for the lead. And again, just trying to clear the 18, and we do. Brown down to the bottom, 8 to go. And Brandon Brown has got help from Ray Black Jr. from behind. Big bump track as we have not only lost the lead, but we're fading back. First in line on the top side, which we have now run great for the majority of the race today. Trying to get a big side draft now. Right up the middle here, 3 wide for second. Trying to make a very big move. And now back down to the bottom in front of Harmon. And quickly we're able to get back to the lead. Probably the move of the race right now. And we didn't even lose the lead as far as laps led are considered, because we led the last lap as well as this lap at the line with 7. Goes to show, even if you lose the lead, if it comes down to the last lap, if we make the right moves, we can still get back into the front here before the start-finish line. Especially having that finish line towards the end of the front stretch at Talladega. Another unique thing about this racetrack, especially compared to Daytona, not right in the center of the front straightaway, like in almost every other racetrack. 6 to go now. The most laps by far in this race so far today, an impressive amount, with leading at the end of stages 1 and 2 as well. One on a long green flag run where the first stage went caution free, another where a caution came out with 5 to go. We had a 1-lap restart at the finish. Now here, we'll see how this race will end. We'll get another caution. And if we don't, or sorry, if we do, will this race end at the green? Or will we even take the white flag before caution comes out? I don't know. There's just a lot of questions here. And they're going to be answered very quickly because we now have 4 laps to go. Or sorry, 5 to go. 5 laps to go here at Talladega.
5 to go, you got this.
I wish it was less than 5 because I don't know how much longer I can hold on to this race lead. Mike Harmon caught in a Flex Seal sandwich between BJ McLeod and Garrett Smithley. Here's McLeod on the top, Smithley on the bottom lanes, and here we go again, just trying to block every line at once down the back straightaway. Have the advantage with the lead here into 3 and 4. We've held our line pretty steadily all throughout. Another big key to try to win this race. At the line, we will have 4 laps to go. Austin Cindric now is trying to push that inside car to the front, and Cindric moves him up the track. They're 4 wide for second behind. And Austin Cindric makes the huge move now to try and move into the hot seat into second. The driver's seat, rather. We're in the hot seat in the... Cindric up against the wall now. Not literally, but metaphorically. Back down to the bottom, it's Austin Hill. Full-time Truck Series driver trying to get the win here in the Xfinity Series at Daytona. Or sorry, Talladega. Bubbling around with words here. Hard to describe what is going on in this epic finish so far. 3 laps to go. We are setting up for a possible photo finish here in this one. Will we make it back without a big one here in the race as well? That's very well possible at this point. John Hunter Nemechek, he's now up to second. And probably all by himself. He looks back to the top side of the track. He's blocked off now. Still got to block the top. Back down to the bottom into turns 3 and 4. Nemechek in that line. On the very top there, up towards the wall. Josh Bilicki now is up to second, just behind us, trying to pull off the upset win here at Talladega, as we have 2 laps to go at the line this time for Christopher Bell, who will make the moves for the win. Well, we stay green to the finish. Things have somewhat calmed out there as we can't really get an outside line formed right now. Looks like Noah Gragson might be up there trying to start an outside line. And now Bilicki moves to the outside, and here he comes. He's got Timmy Hill drafted behind him, and now we are way out in front of the field. That's not where we want to be. They're going to get a huge run on us. And here comes Noah Gragson. Gragson made some guarding moves throughout the course of the race, as we are coming to the white flag. A 3rd line now forming in the middle. White flag in the air, 1 to go here at Talladega. Bilicki up towards the wall. We just blocked him off. Got to hold the bottom now. Here comes Gragson.
Fantastic
And the caution will fly. And a premature finish to this one, as Christopher Bell is going to hold on for the win. And somewhat anticlimactically, we get to the finish of the race. Our fifth caution of the day will be the one that ends it. Unfortunately, the race could not end under green flag, but nevertheless, though, Christopher Bell gonna get the win. First Superspeedway win here in his Xfinity Series career. It's victory celebration time in this one. Fifth win of the year here for Bell. Mike Harmon surprisingly got up to second there before the checkered flag. I was wondering if we were going to make it to the finish. We didn't quite do that. Thank you for joining here this spectacular race at Talladega, despite the fact that it ended under caution, as we get our fifth win of the season. Briscoe for second in the regular season point standings. We won both stages and the race there. Just a pretty good victory, as there's Bell in victory lane. For more NASCAR Heat 4 and other NASCAR related content, we do have another video coming out today. Predictions for the dual races. Hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this race, the comment, the video in general, please hit the like button. And thanks for watching, folks. I will catch you next time. So long.